potatoes. Letting our sourdough rise, which it's almost there. Good morning. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we are making potato rolls, or not really potato rolls, they're potato buns for our hamburgers. So we're going to start off with I zeroed out my scale. Everything's going to be in grams today because this is a new recipe and I like to perfect things to grams and stuff like that. I'll bring you closer into my bowl so you can see what we're doing. And let's get to it. Okay, so today we're going to start off with 320 grams of lukewarm water. Now this is filtered water. I warm it up in the microwave and I make sure I can stick my finger in it and it's lukewarm. Okay, that's a little bit too much. So we'll want 320 grams of water. Okay, so I got a little thing here and I'm just gonna take the water out and get it exactly at 120. I always do this with a new recipe. I make sure I follow it exactly. Okay, grams of starter. My starter's ready. Trying to tell me something. I was cooking the potatoes, so I'm a little bit behind. So 100 grams. So you tear your scale out again, and then you just add your sourdough starter. Now my starter is floating in my bowl, so when it floats, you know it's ready for sure. Okay, twist that together. You could see how it was floating before I did that. That's how we tell. Okay, and then I'm going to put 410 grams of flour. So I'm going to tear my scale again. And put 410 grams of flour. This is just regular all-purpose, unbleached, organic flour. Now I noticed lately it's getting really hard to find organic flour. It's just the nature of the beast lately. We all know what we're talking about. Okay, so next we're going to put in 10 grams. So I tear my scale again. Salt, pink Himalayan salt, because that's what works best with my diet. So I tiered my scale and I'm just going to put that in there. 10 grams of that. So we're going to just need tiny, it's sitting right on the cusp. So I'm just going to add a pinch more of salt. 5 grams of sugar. I like to use organic sugar, but you guys use what you want. I like to also put honey in my breads, but because I'm following it exact, I don't mess with recipes until I know them. It's only 5 grams of sugar. That's a tiny bit. Nice to see in a recipe for a change. Whisk this all together and then add the potatoes after I have it mostly together there. Now I can take off my scale. There we go. Put that all in there. So we have our potatoes in a bowl here. We're just going to whisk those together. Now we're going to put our bowl on the scale again and tear it out. And we're going to add 200 grams of potatoes. Hopefully I've cooked enough here. Just enough. Okay, that's 200 grams of potatoes. Look what's in my bowl. Okay, so I'm going to take it back off my scale, and then I'm just going to mix these in by hand. And the potatoes are cool. I made sure to cool those off. If you don't cool those off, they can ruin your yeast, or your dough from rising. It would ruin your starter. So I mix it by hand. It's a nice sticky dough, which tells me it's going to be a nice soft dough. But I really want that in there together. And there we go. Little dough scraper to scrape this off my hand. Like so. You can get these on Amazon for real cheap. And there we go. And I also scrape down the stuff that's on the side of my bowls. And just kind of give it a quick turn with my scraper. Okay. Now, going forward is I am just going to do a stretch and fold every 30 minutes, 4 times, and then we should be done. It won't crush this dough too much, so it gets a nice rise in the end. After that, we'll let it rise, so it's at least double to 3 times its size. We will form it into, put it in a pan, form it first, put it in a pan. I have a special pan that's made just for hamburger buns. And then we'll let it rise again and then cook it. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. One quick thing I forgot to tell you, put a good lid on it or saran wrap. I put mine in the oven at just with the oven light on, or if you have one of those fancy ovens like I used to have. I'm gonna get one again, I tell you. I used to put it in an oven that had a bread cycle on it, or dough rising cycle on it, and that's what I would do. So I recommend, if you don't have that, just put it in your oven with the oven light on and it will work. So it's not good, blame it on your glasses. You heard that, folks. It's all Astro's fault. I can't see straight today. And I don't know if the camera's blurry or you guys are. These are my... Yeah, quite a bit. So we're on live. So we're on. So anyways, so we are going to go ahead and get this dough out of here. I'm going to have to get a scrape. I don't know if it's because of what's going on in the air. We'll see how this turns out. I mean, it almost pours out of the... You can see here how it kind of just almost pours out. It's so liquidy. So this is going to be interesting to form into burgers. I have so much. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. It's kind of in a round shape. And we're going to use a lot of flour. I think I'm going to put some of this flour on top so we can work with it and cut it. Like so. And cut it in half first. I'm going to cut it like we cut a pie, guys. And of course it wants to go back together, so we're going to have to separate it. Kind of clings onto itself. And then that in half. We're not going to get the exact measurement unless we weigh it, which I really don't want to do. Okay. Wow. This is a mess, guys. So what I'm going to do is just kind of see how it's really hard to work with. Now I have a pan here that's made specifically for hamburger buns. You can see it in front of you. I'm just going to drop that in. Now hopefully it rises up. I might just go ahead and drop this one on top. Because obviously okay, then we can drop that one in there. Cut this in half again. Now this is to make one loaf of bread that you put in a Dutch oven. So there we go. Just gonna kind of roll it so it kind of turns into a ball. Put it in like so. Never done this recipe, so hold on, guys. We'll see how it turns out.
I sprayed the pan before I put anything in it. Oh, turned upside down. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one out and add a little more to that one too. There we go. And we're gonna now the other recipes I saw, you had to add yeast to it, and I didn't want to add yeast to it. We will just put some saran wrap on this that is sprayed with a little Pam so it won't stick to the bread. And our fingers on this one. This is a very sticky dough that I might bring another recipe to you if this doesn't work out the greatest. First time I'm doing this recipe, I'm sharing you my woes, my good and my bad. And so I don't know if this is bad or good yet. We'll find out. I know it's going to taste great. Always, of course, you know. So we'll see you guys back in just in a couple hours. Bye. Guys, we have the temperature of 400 degrees. I think our buns are ready to go in. And we have a little ice. Okay, so let's do this. Norman, move out of the way, honey. This is hot stuff, buddy. Okay, we got our ice tray to steam our buns. Put our buns in. Let's see how this goes. 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to put 15 on a timer because I don't know exactly. And we'll use our nose as well. Okay, we'll see you guys back in just a little bit when these come out, and I'll tell you exactly how long. Good thing Grandma loves you. Okay, these look done, guys. So I'm going to take them out. Woo. Steam. And I should have put some butter on them now that I think about it, but they look good. Okay, there they are. There we go, little hamburger buns. Okay, I just cut it in half. It's nice and soft. Heavy bun. Let's give it a little taste. Okay, there you guys go. Mother approved. I approve. Cook it about 18 minutes is what I cooked it. It could go 2 minutes longer. About 20 minutes at 400 degrees. I put a little
ice cubes in the bottom, about 2 cups full of ice cubes on the bottom. That steam helps it rise. And the only thing I would do different is maybe put a little egg wash on top. This is Mother agrees. And it would give it a more golden covering because these ones turned out really light. That's the only thing I do different, guys. All right, check it out. Try one of these wonderful hamburger buns. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye.